Hello guys, and welcome to another game drop video. Today I'm bringing you another Star Wars Battlefront 2 class guide, and this is actually the last of the series. I've now covered all 4 infantry classes, so if you need to look at any of the other classes, make sure to check out my other videos. And as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe. Today we're looking at the Specialist class on Battlefront 2. It's one of my personal favourites, that's why I've saved it till last. I use it a lot, and this is subjective. I'm going to run through what I think is the best class to use for the Specialist. So to start with, we're going to look at the weapons. There's 5 weapons to choose from. In one of the recent updates, or quite recent updates, they've released a cycler rifle. That's the latest gun added to the Specialist class. But for me, I think there's one gun that is by far and away the best gun for this class. I think for some of the other classes, there's a few different guns that are good, but for this one, I think it's 100% the NT242, which is the best sniper rifle to use. The main reason for this is if you just look at the stats, you can see that the damage and range are maxed out for this rifle. It just means with the amount of damage and range that you're much more likely to get a one-shot kill, which is all I want really from a sniper rifle, so this is the gun that I use. And on this, the attachments that I use are dual zoom and improved cooling. I did use the cycler rifle for a bit when it was released, but didn't really get on with that. I think it's okay to use, but it's nowhere near as good as this rifle, so that's what I use. Moving on to the star cards. These are the main 3 that I use. I've got them all purple, so they're on the max rank, and I think this is the most effective loadout to use, is these 3 star cards. First of all, it's stealth. This means that you remain hidden from enemy scanners when firing your weapon, and you deal increased melee damage. So I've got this up to purple, so you deal 125 melee damage, and as a sniper I think you want to stay hidden as much as you can. You want to stay off the radar, so this is definitely the best one to use. Obviously when you're firing your rifle you might be hidden, and you will be hidden on the radar as well, so it's really important to use this star card. The increased melee damage is helpful because if someone does come up close, it can be difficult to get kills with your rifle close range, so it's always helpful to have that increased melee damage as well.
Command post Esk is now under our control.
Secondly, I use marksman. The only negative of this particular sniper rifle is that it can overheat quite quickly. So what the marksman star card does is when you defeat an enemy with a headshot, your weapon heat will be reset, and your weapon will produce less heat until you overheat next time. This heat reduction when it's on purple is 40%, so it makes a big difference. You'll definitely notice it, and it makes it much easier to keep pulling off those headshots without having to cool down your rifle. Again, this is definitely worth using and one of the best on the class for me. The final star card I use is personal shield. Personally, I think this is the best of the bunch by a long way. It replaces the thermal binoculars, which I don't think are really that useful. And again, I've upgraded this to purple, so the shield health is actually 240. And what this does is create a shield bubble surrounding you and blocking damage from all directions. You cannot fire your weapon while the shield is active, but you can use melee attacks. So again, the weak point of the specialist class is close range. If people come up close range, it's difficult to get the kills sometimes. So it can be really helpful to put this on to avoid damage, and then you can actually still get melee kills, and it can be a really effective way to get kills close range. As well as that, if you get spotted from distance and you're taking a lot of fire, you can just put on this personal shield and make a run for it, and it will save your life a huge amount of times. This is by far the best star card on this class for me. I think those are the best 3 that I use regularly. I've tried some others out, but I think nothing compares to this loadout for me, but I'd be interested to know what you guys use, if you use anything differently. Let me know in the comments. As I said, this is the last of the series of 4 infantry class videos. So now that I've done those, I'll probably look on to doing some hero class guides or support class guides, so I'll be interested to know what you guys want. Let me know in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video.